On today's edition of From the Bullseye, I want to talk about who's got your back, right? Who can you trust and look to help you guide your organization on some significant ERP or other technology transformations? Who's your ride or die? Who is it that is that one friend that when you've got that big chunk of spinach stuck in your tooth is going to call you out and save you the embarrassment? In the world of your digital transformation, making significant investments in IT, you want to have that friend looking for what we would call a client advocate. Right? So what is a client advocate? Well, this is somebody who, throughout your transformation, rides with you, first and foremost, to help keep you honest. Right? You will be tempted throughout this transformation to chase the next shiny object and allow scope creep to come into your project, or to look for new ways to extend value during the project before you're ready to employ that value. All things that can distract you from the goal at hand. So that's somebody, that client advocate, helps as an objective third party to keep you honest. The next role is to help keep your partners and your vendors honest. Right? You're working with a new set of characters that you are trusting to help guide your journey. And you need to know that your best interests, your business objectives, and goals are always at the forefront of the endeavor. Now, I'm not advocating, so to speak, that you don't trust those partners. But when things get heavy and you're moving through a difficult project, having somebody who is specifically dialed into your needs and your objectives helps to make you feel confident and comfortable that all parties are headed in the right direction and focused on the right things. And then lastly, this client advocate helps to bridge the gap between your team, whether that's your stakeholders, your user community, or the project team itself, bridging the gap between them and the other vendors and parties that are at play and the systems themselves. Well, what I mean by bridging the gap? Well, one gap could be an asymmetry of expertise. Your team, understandably, may not know the first thing about this new technology that you've chosen to implement. You're trusting that you're paying top dollar to bring in experts who understand that system. Well, you're left in that case really just believing everything that's told to you because you don't have the internal knowledge to challenge or to test really what is being stated that is the system's capabilities as mapped to your business needs. Enter the client advocate. This is somebody who then has the expertise enough in that system and technology and runs deep when it comes to your business needs. And they then can help translate things and help guide you towards what all this technical mumbo jumbo means as it relates to your business needs. Another example of bridging the gap would be that alignment to business objectives. You know your business objectives. They help to shape your project charter. They help to shape everything that you're aiming towards in making the investment in the first place. In the heat of a project, though, your project partner sometimes strays towards what are project objectives, meaning hitting a budget, hitting a timeline, managing the scope, all really important things and things that you have to trust them to do, but never at the expense or in the case of ignoring what are your true business objectives. So you want to bridge that gap between the true business needs and how the project is being executed against those. So those are some examples defining for you, well, what is a client advocate? Really serving as that role as intermediary and requiring and demanding extreme focus on the purpose and the objectives of your project and this huge investment you're making. So lastly, then, when would you engage this person? Right? So it stands to reason that before you even go on the journey, you might want to have some help in understanding all the pitfalls, the pros and the cons, and assessing. And you're probably used to purchasing or engaging resources to help you with that. But if you think of that person at the beginning as your advocate, they're helping keep you on the straight and narrow to understand if you're going to go down the path of some massive digital transformation, that you're doing so against a set of guidelines and towards your desired outcome. Now, once you decide that you're doing that, often you need to develop a roadmap, and you're usually engaged with a partner at that point. Again, the client advocate can enter the process there to help you shape that roadmap, taking all the input and expert advice from your partner and making sure that that marries to your true business understanding and goals associated with making this investment. Then another time frame would be midstream, or frankly throughout the project. That you have this person leaning over your shoulder, reminding you of the business objectives, reminding you of why you're on the journey in the first place, and just calling out blind spots. Those could be your own blind spots. They could be the blind spots of your SI, but in a fair and respectful way, inserting that guidepost throughout the project just to make sure that you're staying on the path. And then lastly, a common place to consider a client advocate would be as you cross the threshold and you take your system live, you want to look back and you want to capture all that went well and where the gaps or the misfires may have been so that you can remediate those. And again, you have this perspective to say, well, that's not just another change order that your SI is trying to issue. It's actually something that ties to your business objective, and your advocate can help keep you honest in that regard. The other piece too that's really helpful to have a third party give is value realization. So as your new reality comes to life, whether you've moved to the cloud or you're deploying new enterprise capabilities,